It's me, Bunga Kirania Machfur Putri with 3 plus number ID is 0 to 6, but you can call me Rania. Now, I will talk about the system in Netherlands, or in English to say it is Belanda.
You know guys, the civil law system in the Netherlands is almost the same as our country. First, let me understand it of general overview of the law the Netherlands. The Dutch legal system in the entirety of the norms and rules, the application and the are varied in the country. The Netherlands address to the civil law tradition, so most of the provinces have been conditioned in various law. The application of customary law is only done as an actually in Terry jurisprudence or country discussion have limited rules, but in practice it is possible to understand many areas of law without considering their country discussion. The main foundation of the Dutch legal system conferred three major influences: French law, Roman law, and local custom. When the Netherlands during the reign of Louis Bonaparte and Napoleon, the Code Civil, after referring to as the Code Napoleon, became the basic model for the fermentation of national legal system. After region in independence, the Netherlands did not immediately abandon this influence. The new government reprint the French legal framework, but become to adapt it is to the social and cultural condition and needs to the country itself.
In 1838, BW, or the Civil Code, was born. This codification became a major milestone in the formation of the country's civil law stock and standard rules all personal status, family relationship, inheritance, property right, argumency, and legal relationship between individual and legal entities. The BW in 1838 displaying the characteristic classic civil law. It is one system ordinary and designed to provide clarity regarding the rights and obligations of citizens.
However, as society, industry, and social relationship development, the BW 1838 was grateful damage influenced to meet the needs of the time. Many provinces were right and no longer relationship the modern situation. Theorities in 20 years country as a measure protecting was intended a comparison fee referendum of the Dutch civil law system. This process took a long time because an influence legal express who fundamental redemption the legal situation. The drafting of the modern civil code not only improved the context of the old civil code, but also took a more system and relationship approach similar to the use in the government budget gases. No conspert in the areas of contract, property, and legal liability were adapted and adjusted to suit Dutch social characteristics. The result of the reform were then gradual improvements starting in 1992, making the modern budgets with book one of the most comprehensive codification of civil law Europe. Today, the modern BW is not only the backbone of the Dutch civil law, but also influenced the legal system. Other system countries that were ancient under Dutch legal tradition. In Indonesia, for example, still use a colonial era civil code based on the early BW. Despite undergoing variant adaptation.
The long journey of the BW show how a legal system is not static, it's grow, change, and not following the needs of society. From the influence of the Napoleon to modern reformation, the civil law continued to adapt to maintain order and provide character for its citizens in a constantly changing world. The BW remains an important foundation that supports legal relationships in the daily life of the Dutch society.
Looking at a long history of civil law system in the Netherlands, we can understand that a legal system is not boring and the vacuum. It happened by history, influenced by political and change and social over time. The
BW, which was often rooted in the code Napoleon, was then rebuilt to the measure and notwithstanding one of the most complete civil code in Europe. This reform showed that the law must always be alive, always adapting in the order to reprint, reform, and the capability of reporting to the next this society. By understanding the evolution of the civil law, we also gain instinct into law. A country can perfect its legal tradition while opening access for renewal. Think now is not only important academical but also perfect perspective for a country that still use our influence and the legal again include in Indonesia. Thank you for following this discussion. Hopefully, this summary provide us clearly understanding and help to see how a legal system can evolve over time. Bye bye.